Chuck Shute Podcast, welcome, and thanks for listening. I got another stellar guest today, Jordan Griffin. He is the singer, guitarist from Them Evils. If you've never heard of Them Evils before, pause this podcast, bring up their Spotify or YouTube or whatever you use to stream, and check them out. I think you'll agree they sound great. And Zakk Wylde, Ozzy's guitarist, is also a fan. He even took them on the road to open up for a solo project. They also opened up for the Pretty Reckless, which is another great band. And I think the future looks really bright for these guys. I'm a huge fan, and it was really fun to chat with Jordan. I think you'll enjoy this interview. Here you go. Welcome to the show. Jordan Griffin from Them Evils, guitarist, singer, frontman extraordinaire, right?
That's it. Yeah. Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, thanks for...
Shut up. My fucking dog, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. So your story begins on your 13th birthday. Your uncle gives you a Metallica Master of Puppets CD, and that changed your whole life, right? So I heard some of your influences like Judas Priest, Megadeth, Slayer, and then you got into the 90s stuff like Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, STP, Creed, and then you got into blues stuff like Jimi Hendrix, John Mayer, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Kiss. But my question is, what other singers and songwriters inspired you to play music like anything from the 80s? Because your music seems kind of upbeat as opposed to some of that dark grunge and dark metal that you're influenced by.
Yeah, we do get that a lot. I mean, I always loved Vince Neil. He was always a really good singer to me. But that's really it. I mean, Bon Jovi was cool. I really liked his stuff. But I kind of just bypassed that hair metal stuff. It wasn't my jam. I was always like classic rock, 60s and 70s, and then I went straight to just like thrash metal, and then 90s rock, and then now it's like I mostly listen to blues. But
okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, because I like
Rob Halford's the man too.
Yeah, it's just interesting because you have your music's very more like feel like upbeat and faster than some of the stuff that you're listening to. But no, it's maybe you mix all that stuff together, and that's kind of what gives you guys the sound. So you were actually born in Vegas. You went to school in Utah. And then you moved back to Vegas, but you met your bass player, Jake. He just lived down the street from you?
Yeah. So when I moved to Vegas, I think I was like 13, 14. I went to middle school, and we rode the same bus for a few years, and we never really hung out. We just wore like Metallica shirts. I was a lot older than him, a few years older. So he hung out with his crew. I hung out with my crew. And then when we got older, we started to hang out with the same friends. And he got kicked out of his band. So I was just like, hey, dude, let's start something. So we started something. Vegas kind of just got lame, and no one was really taking it serious. And that's when we moved to California, and the rest was history. We've been just doing it ever since. Yeah.
And so you moved to Huntington Beach. So, and then tell me how you met the drummer, David. Was it through Craigslist or word of mouth? You guys are doing a lot of tryouts and.
No. So what we were doing is for about a year and a half. Oh, sorry. Oh, God damn it. For about
technical difficulties. Yeah, you're back.
Jake and I, we were doing Craigslist and drummer tryouts, and none of them were working. And then I got a bar. I got a job at this bar, and one of my coworkers was like, "Yeah, I know this guy. His name's David. He's looking for a band." So him and I started jamming, and we were doing a whole bunch of Alice in Chains, Metallica, and some of our old songs. And it just like, it matched. It was just like the perfect match. And we just started jamming.
Didn't you have to change his style though? Cause when you met him, he had purple hair and like drum gloves and like a Joker t-shirt and stuff. And
yeah, he was broed out. He was all SoCal'd out. He had like high socks and like board shorts and short hair. We're like, all right, dude, if you're joining our band, you got to switch it up.
Broed out. That's funny. All right.
Started wearing tight jeans and badass band shirts.
That's awesome. That's better. Yeah.
We had to groom them.
Nice. So this is interesting too. So the band name, I like this story. It was actually your mom was trying to type Temecula and her phone auto-corrected to Them Evils. And you're like, cool, that's the name. So you changed the name. What was the original name?
The original name was The Wild Folks.
Oh, I like Them Evils better. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, that's
we got
definitely
the Wild Folks from like a Jim Morrison diary where he'd write all his poetry. And we like, oh, that's a great idea. And then we were just like, this fucking name sucks. And then my mom, she literally gave me that text, or she told me, and then I was like, all right, we're changing the band name immediately.
That's weird. Wonder why it changed to that. Is that a phrase or something, or does it have a history to that? Is it actual real word, like a real phrase or something?
I don't think so. It was
Okay.
just meant to happen.
All right. Yeah. It's like the devil or God or somebody coming in and say,
Yeah.
awesome. So you
It
sound,
was
you're
the rock and roll
the
gods.
rock and roll gods. I love it. Your sound definitely has like kind of a modern rock sound, but like I said, it's poppy and catchy. And you describe it as classic rock with a modern roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Now let's talk about some of the shows that you guys have done. You did shows with Pop Evil, Of Mice and Men, the Black Moods, who are I've had on the show. They're from Arizona. But then Blasko, another guy I've had on the show, Ozzy's bass player for Rob Zombie. Seems very chill, very down to earth. But he watched you guys side stage at, I think it was Louder Than Life Festival. And then tell me the story. He asked you to sign his boobs. Was he drunk?
So, no, he wasn't.
He seems
drunk.
so down to earth. That does
early in
not
the morning.
seem okay.
We were doing a sound check and we started playing Untold, and he was like, he was in his bus, I think.
Okay.
And he heard the riff and he was like, what the fuck is that? So he came over and watched our sound check, and he was like, holy shit, who are these guys? So when we started our set, he was on my stage, or my side of the stage, the whole time. And I said something to the crowd, and he, like, on the side stage, he goes, sign my tits. And I was like, holy shit, that's Blasko.
And so you knew who he was, yeah.
We kind of maintained a relationship with him. We did all, like, the tour circuits, all the festivals. And then one day he was just like, hey, we're doing a Zakk Sabbath tour. Why don't you guys just come with us? And we were like, duh, no doubt. Just put us on it. Let's do it.
Yeah. So tell me about that. He hooked you up with Zakk Wylde, who's, for those who don't know, it probably shouldn't be listening to my show, but he's Ozzy's guitarist, and you got to open for him. Now, what's it like to tour with him? Because you guys said that you drink all day, and then you try to be sober enough to do the shows, but he can't drink because he has like some medical issues. Is there still like hijinks going on backstage? Does he mess with you guys and fuck with you, or what?
Oh yeah, he plays jokes on us, and he says some whack shit to us, just like funny shit. But yeah, he doesn't drink. We never saw him drink. He just pretty much just goes on stage,
And he doesn't care if you drink. Then
goes back to the bus.
Yeah, he doesn't mind what you guys do or whatever.
Oh no, he doesn't care.
So what does he do? What does he do? He says some crazy stuff to you, like what?
Like he would just like open our RV window and say, "You guys want to smoke some methamphetamine?" Like, stuff like that. And we're like, "What the fuck is going on here?" But he was just full of jokes. He was hilarious.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's funny because like if you look at his old pictures, he was kind of like that. He kind of had that like feminine, like hair metal, like pretty boy look. And then as he got older, he he got the beard and he's like way more manlier looking.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, he looks like a Viking, and he smells delicious too.
What does he smell?
I don't know, but whatever he's wearing, whatever he's putting in his beard or his hair,
cologne or something
he's using, it works.
Okay.
He smells like a gentleman. That looks like a giant Viking.
Yeah, he does look like that's a giant Viking. That's awesome. Very cool. And then tell me about this. You played the what is it called? Exit 111 Festival, but Tyler Bryant and ZZ Top were there. Did you have interactions with them?
I talked to Tyler Bryant for a little bit. Not ZZ Top. They were kind of probably just sitting on their bus till their show started.
And you're not allowed to watch them side stage, because I know some bands allow the side stage thing and some don't, right?
Yeah, I don't think there was side stage access for ZZ Top.
Okay. Yeah. But Tyler Bryant, he's pretty cool though, right? He follows you, I think, on Instagram. Is he a fan of the band?
I don't know if he's a fan, but I know he knows who we are. We know who they are. We've played, a few festivals together and exchanged some words. And they watched us play our first stadium show, I think at, what was it? Rock on the Range in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, they were side stage. They watched our whole set. They're nice dudes.
That'd be a good.
He's a shredder, man. He's like one of the gnarliest guitar players on this planet.
Absolutely, I love their songs. That'd be a cool tour, like you and Tyler Bryant. If something to throw out there,
that would be awesome. That would be really cool.
But so one of the tours that you did do, or you have to clear this up for me. Did you actually tour with Pretty Reckless? Because I know you guys had a tour, but then you had to cancel it. But had you toured with them before? Yeah,
we've done 2 tours with them.
Okay,
maybe 3.
Oh,
maybe 3. Yeah.
Wow. So tell me about touring with them.
They're awesome. They're a killer band. They just do everything so professionally. She's a true rock and roller, man. She's really good. She delivers every night. Ben's a great guitar player. The whole band just kick ass and really tight, and they're fun to hang out with and party with too.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah, they don't have like the separate bus or anything. They actually hang out with you.
well, no, they have a separate. They have their own bus.
Yeah, yeah.
We have our own RV, but yeah, they after the shows and stuff, we'll have a few beers and talk about the night and bullshit.
Mm. Who
Yeah.
is she? Is the single singer? Is she single or is she married or boyfriend or what's her story?
I don't know.
She's
I
so
don't know.
hot, right? Is that distracting to be around those pretty ladies?
No, I'm married.
Oh, are you
So-
officially married? I thought you were engaged.
I have a fiance.
Fiance,
so
right?
I
Yeah.
don't look.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're a good fiance then. A good man.
I try to. I have 2 girlfriends in my band and my fiance, so I'm fully taken.
2 girlfriends. Awesome. And then another show you did, the Rebel Rock Fest with Limp Bizkit. Was that canceled? Or is that
was
rescheduled?
canceled. We didn't do that one. That was supposed to be this year.
Oh, is it rescheduled though, or?
I don't know.
Not yet. Okay. And
I
then
don't know.
tell me about some of the cover songs that you guys throw a couple cover songs into your set sometimes, like Alice in Chains and Motorhead, Nirvana. I tried to find some of these on YouTube. I think I found AC/DC. Is there other of those that will be released live or like a YouTube cover or something? Or
We usually only do AC/DC or Motorhead. We don't really put Alice in Chains or Nirvana in there anymore. Those were just kind of like local shows, one-off shows. But when we do like a national tour, we'll just usually do AC/DC or Motorhead because, we want a song that hypes everyone up. That's one of those like songs that everyone knows so that the whole crowd can go crazy to.
Which Nirvana song did you do when you did do Nirvana?
I think we did School and In Bloom.
Oh, In Bloom. That would be cool to hear your spin on that. That's very cool. Which Metallica songs did you do when you did Metallica?
Oh, I think we've done Seek and Destroy.
Oh, that'd be cool too, man. Dang.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a good one.
You never just like for fun, just throw in one of those old ones just to mix it up?
Old what?
Like a cover that you haven't done in a while. Like, isn't it fun as a band to kind of mix it up and just do a song that you hardly ever do? Or is it too scary to do that?
I love throwing audibles. Like,
yeah,
we'll be playing live and I'll just be like, hey, we're going to play this song. And they're like, what the fuck? We haven't rehearsed it. I'm like, well, you should have fucking known the song, dude. So that's what happens when you're a musician. You remember songs and they should just stay in your library of songs. You
and then they can't say no because you're the front man. So you're like, you have to do what I say, right?
Well, if you're not going to play it, I'm going to play it by myself.
Okay, right on. Nice. That's fun. God, I definitely want to see you guys live. So let's talk about the new stuff. Your recent collaboration. So Kevin Thrasher Gruft from Escape the Fate, Aaron Edwards, you worked with him from Sick Puppies and Black Veil Brides, and then producer Jim Kaufman, who worked with again the Black Moods. What do those guys bring to the table? Like, do they help with the songwriting, the arrangements, the mixing, like, or all of the above?
I would say all of the above. Thrasher's just a killer producer. He knows what sounds, what's going to be catchy, what's in. He kind of brings that modern touch to our songs. Aaron is just a great songwriter, and he's good at top lines and making melodies vocally, because I always stick with like the kind of classic rock vocal melodies, and he'll be like, all right, it's already been done. Let's kind of throw something new in there. And he helps with that. And Jim is a great producer. He just makes everything sound nice and crisp, and he's good with the songwriting and taking the structure and kind of rearranging it and being like, all right, that's what the song should sound like.
So when you,
and he takes us out of our little box that we're in. Cause we, like I said, we're just like a classic rock inspired band. So we just want to hear guitar, bass, and drums.
right.
And he's like, no, a layer, you got to make it sound like a record. You got to make it sound modern, something to compete with all the other bands on the radio right now.
Oh, definitely. No, that sounds great. So do you like bring the songs that you've kind of already written and then they kind of like maybe change some things, or do you actually sit down like with Aaron and write the song together? Yeah,
we do. We always sit down. We do like a songwriting session with them. We'll take them some ideas, or we'll start with something they thought of, and we'll all sit in the room and just kind of come up with lyrics, come up with melodies. But it's just better when you sit in a room and you have an idea and you all work around it, because it becomes everyone's effort and it actually becomes a Them Evil song, not just like a fucking Jordan and Aaron song,
Right. So yeah, and then tell me about, you just said that Jim helps put on the layers and things for that new song. I noticed that too, that it is very layered with the guitars. Now with the band, it's just the three of you and you're the only guitar player. So how do you play that live when there's like multiple layers of guitars?
just like octave pedals, and we figure out a way to make it sound as full as possible live with just one guitar. But we have been thinking about bringing a second guitar player in.
Oh, really?
We just haven't found the right person yet, and there's no tours going on right now. So
sure, yeah.
would you much to do.
Would you make them a full member of the band, or would you just make them like a touring member, kind of like the Nirvana had a Pat, like that guy that would come? Yeah,
I would like someone to join the band.
Okay,
it'd be something new and exciting. For the last 6 or 7 years, it's just been us three. We did do an extra guitar player on one of our tours. I think it was with the Black Moods. Our buddy Hagen Kearney, he's like an Olympic snowboarder, and he filled it in. He killed it, and it was a really good time.
Okay, nice. So you tell me that you say that your inspiration for a lot of the songs is like being on the road and partying, and like, how it never ends. You're always meeting new people, and you go to random houses. You go to bars, get free drinks, and of course that inspired the latest song, "Where Are You Gonna Crash Tonight." The song is so good. It was also inspired, I heard, by the Jet song, "Are You Gonna Be My Girl?" And I'm like, when I heard that today, I was like, oh, that's perfect, because they are very similar. But back to the partying inspiration, do you have a story about partying on the road that stands out that would be good to tell?
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember this one night, Jake and I, we wanted to party all night, and everyone wanted to go to sleep. And he was like a race car driver, a derby driver or something. He's like, "Hey, come over to our house." So we went over there, and we took some ecstasy and whatever else we did. We just sat under this willow tree and like stared at it. Like, the big willow tree and like Forrest Gump at the end where Jenny was under. And I was having this weird spiritual experience, and like there was ghosts talking to me from the trees and shit. And we were just partying all night, and I don't think we got back to the RV and till 7 a.m., 8 a.m. and we just stayed up the whole next day.
Gee, so wait, does ecstasy cause hallucinations? I thought it was just like a mood thing.
I don't know. There must have been like acid or something in the ecstasy. I don't know what else we took. We were probably just taking whatever. Okay. Wow. That sounds true. You're still young. You can still do all that crazy. A lot of the rock stars I talk to that are older, that have kind of like, been through the ringer a little bit, like they don't drink at all. They're totally sober. When they get older, it's like, it's harder to keep that kind of stuff up, but you're still young, so you can do all the crazy stuff. Yeah, definitely. I think I'm going to, cut it off around like 30, 31, and I'm 29. So I got another year of doing it. So
I said the same thing when I was 29. I was like, when I turn 30, it's all gonna, and then I was like, okay, how about when I've turned 40? I'll turn.
Yeah, another 10 years.
Another 10 years. I think I could live through my 30s. No, you definitely your 30s, like that's when it starts to catch up with you. At least for me, I was like,
oh, totally.
I got to start to slow down. Yeah.
Like when I do like an all-nighter or I drink heavily one night, it's like a 2 or 3 day hangover. Like I feel like cloudy and shitty for a few days.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, because when I was young, you have those nights where you have too many drinks, you wake up the next day, you hurt for a few hours or maybe, and then you're usually fine. But now it's like 2, 3, 4, 5 days, you're like still kind of not feeling the same. It sucks. So the joys of getting older.
Like you got to do it once a week and then just sacrifice 3 days for that recovery.
There you go. So
is it really worth it though? I don't know.
Sometimes it is.
Sometimes.
If you're partying with like a famous rock star, like the Pretty Reckless, I'd take a 7-day hangover for that for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
So back to the song, the single Crash, modern vocals, guitar. It's so catchy. Like I'm thinking, why is this not more popular? It seems like there's a lot of newer bands coming out, a lot of good music, and it's starting to get more, your stuff is starting to get more plays on Spotify and YouTube, and a lot of the new rock. Now I know rock is not as popular as in the 80s and 90s, but I do think the trends are cyclical. Like, do you think that rock is getting more popular? Like, are you seeing more people in your generation listening to rock, or are you guys like the outlier?
I think it's getting more popular as the years go by. Like the late 2010s, and it was all like, it was rap music, EDM, and that pop country. But I see a lot of people kind of just seeing through the bullshit and actually like rediscovering rock. And there's a lot of music coming from Nashville right now, like Tyler Childers, Sturgill Simpson, Coulter Wall, and it's just real honest music, and it's somewhere in the rock realm, even though it's mostly country. But I think people are really starting to appreciate it more, like the real honest music instead of all this fake curated shit that you hear on the radio. I don't know. That's
Absolutely.
just my
Well,
opinion.
yeah. Well, I hope it gets bigger. I mean, there's a lot of like the Rival Sons and Royal Blood. All
Oh
these
yeah, the
bands are
Rival
really
Sons are great.
taken off. So it seems like there's more and more. And then now that they do all these festivals and these tours and the cruises are a big thing where all these bands get together. Because the older bands can always draw a crowd, but it seems like it's harder to get the newer bands. But now these newer bands jump on the festivals and these tours. Now they're starting to, it seems like they're starting to get a following.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's tons of new rock and roll bands, that aren't really in the limelight right now, that aren't big, but they're so good. Like even Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown, they're not like a huge band, but they've done massive tours with like Guns N' Roses and
Yeah.
AC/DC, and they're one of like the best rock and roll bands out right now.
Absolutely.
Royal Blood, they're huge. Rival Sons.
Who else? Who's like not as well known? Because like I think I heard of when I interviewed Joyce Wolf, they told me about Of Limbo, and then I interviewed him, and he told me about you guys. So do you have other bands that you could want to give a shout out here that maybe people don't know about? But
here in Orange County, there's Big Monster. There's Thundergut. The Black Moods, they kick ass.
Yeah, had them on. They're great.
Yeah, I'd have to do some research again, but there's so many good bands out there right now.
Okay, cool. So with COVID, you said that actually kind of worked out for you guys because you were able to release the music and people have nothing to do but, stream Instagram and Spotify and everything. And also it gives you more time to write songs. Are you writing a lot of songs right now?
Yeah, I mean, I try to come up with a riff a day and then like a corny little vocal melody to see if that works, and then send it to the band and send the ideas off to who we write with. We just keep a library of just, it's like a riff, a verse, a chorus, a bridge, we just kind of structure it like that. And then we go into the studio, we kind of build the song, but I just, write a riff a day and come up with some different guitar parts and see where it goes.
Okay. And you said there's new music on the way, like you're mixing and mastering some previously recorded songs. Can you give me like a tease, like a song title, a lyric, a theme, or a description of the sound or something about this new music?
Yeah, we got this new song coming out. We're going to release it hopefully in the next month. It's going to be called Pour Out Another One. And it's just about, drinking. So.
Okay. That's a great song.
We're going to try to do with all this COVID bullshit, we're really aiming to do a music video. We don't know if it's going to happen, but we've been holding off on releasing the song because we really want to do a music video to it because it's a really good song. It's like up there with Where You Gonna Crash Tonight.
Yeah, I love that song.
But just the fans get a better experience when there's a visual
absolutely
aspect.
Yeah,
you don't want to just release a song because people are like, okay, I'll listen to it. They want to like listen to it and hear it and kind of get the full experience, and that's what we want to give them. So we've just been holding off, and this whole COVID thing is just ruining everything.
Are you trying to stick to the rules and be as strict as you can, or because I know a lot of bands are going to other states where COVID's a little looser, like Florida and Texas are getting a lot of concerts going on right now, which I don't know if would you guys do shows in other states or other countries that are?
Oh, totally. Yeah, we would go right now if there was a show offer. We're just being respectful and doing our part in California because the numbers are so high. I don't know if it's real, if it's bullshit. I don't really care. I wear a mask wherever I go. Just, be polite and just follow the rules as best as I can. I don't want to be a nuisance.
Absolutely. Going back to, so you said the song is called Pour Out Another One. Would you try to license that song to like a beer commercial or something like that? Cause that could be big money. That seems to be like how a lot of bands make money now. Cause there's not as much record sales.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The publishing side, if we got that into like a Jack Daniels commercial or a Jameson or a Bud Light commercial, and that's big money right there.
Do you have a manager that like helps with that kind of stuff or that's trying to license a lot?
We've tried. We've gotten our like songs in video games and stuff, but that's more like a label thing that it pushed to publishing companies. Or if the publishing company hears your song and puts it in like an ad themselves, that's really how that happens.
Okay. It's more them reaching out to you. What's that?
They have to like hear the song first and then put it. They don't really go looking for it.
Okay. So, but it's usually more the other way, like them reaching out to you rather than your manager trying to like push it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said if you could get into the studio and collaborate with anyone, you said, is it still Rick Rubin as your top choice? I mean, he's a pretty famous producer.
I think that was David's.
Oh, was it David? Okay.
I mean, Rick Rubin would be awesome. Dave Cobb would be fucking rad. The Nashville Cat.
Oh,
He
I'm not
does
familiar with
for
him.
Stapleton,
Oh, okay.
Rival Sons albums.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
Well, I know his work then. Yeah, absolutely. That's okay. Have you tried to reach out to any of these guys?
No. I mean, we're still, we're good with Jim Kaufman. We got a solid gig going, and we like how everything sounds. So
yeah,
there's no reason to look elsewhere.
Gotcha. This is interesting. You said that France was one of the top countries that streams your music, the Crash song, and so you might want to do like a tour overseas.
That would be rad. Yeah, once we're allowed to leave America and other countries let us in. Yeah, totally. Let's do it.
That's very cool. Okay, look forward to that. You've never toured overseas before.
No, we've just toured in Canada and Mexico.
Okay, gotcha.
Never been internationally across the seas.
Okay. So what else are you doing to stay busy? I heard you're playing Call of Duty a lot.
I play Call of Duty pretty often. I try to work out, twice a day, eat healthy, and just stay positive. And, there's a little bit of partying here and there.
Yeah.
See you, babe. Love you.
Is that your greeting to your fiance, is to give her the finger?
No, she's going to work. So when she was leaving, she just said, "Fuck you." And I said, "Okay, there you go. Right back at you."
Nice. So tell me what it's like living in Huntington Beach. I've only visited there. It's really nice, but isn't expensive to live down there?
Oh yeah. It's extremely expensive. I mean, look at this. It's sunny out. There's palm trees.
It's beautiful.
I can't complain. It's just expensive. That's the only bad thing.
Right.
Weather's nice. It's it's December and I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt and it's hot outside. Where else does that happen in the world? Maybe Mexico.
Yeah. Well, when I live in Phoenix, we can do that, but then our summers are a lot hotter than your guys's. It's more, you have the mild summers there. So
it's like 120 degrees there in the summer, huh?
Yeah, it's rough. But so part of what you do to help pay for this Huntington Beach place, you work. You still bartend? Are you still doing that when you're not on the road?
Yeah, I bartend. Yeah, I work at a bar.
Can you say what the name of the bar is?
It's Perks. Perks downtown Main Street, Huntington Beach.
Okay, cool. Do people ever recognize you? Like, hey, aren't you the singer from Them Evils?
Yeah, I get that sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. If I'm in California, I'm gonna come have a drink there. Sounds fun.
Yeah, you should, man. I'll make you a nice strong Jack and Coke.
Okay, awesome. Very cool. Well, I like to end each episode with a charity, and I heard that you guys talking about if people buy a shirt on your website, it helps benefit what is it called? The USG Foundation and also Music Cares.
The USGB Foundation, that's for servers and bartenders that were affected by the first COVID quarantine. And then the Music Cares, we were doing that too. But I would say Southern California Bulldog Rescue. I've been watching all their stuff on Facebook and Instagram, and they just save these little, English bulldogs and Frenchies. And I have a soft spot in my heart for those dogs because I grew up with, English bulldogs. And, they just foster these dogs, fix them all up, take care of them, and send them to nice homes. And I think that's awesome. Okay.
Is that the kind of dog you have now?
No, I have I think he's called a blackmouth cur.
Okay.
His name's Lemon. Here, I'll get him right now. He's awesome.
Okay. Yeah. Dog coming on the camera. So hopefully people are watching this on YouTube so they can see the dog. Otherwise, it sounds like he's struggling a little bit. Oh, you found him? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a bigger dog. Yeah, absolutely.
He's got his Motorhead scarf on.
Nice. That's very cool. Well, I really love your guys' music. And I think your band is definitely growing a lot. Would you come back on this show in a couple of years, or are you going to be too big for me?
No, dude, I'll come on anytime.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And we'll get this episode out to air, and hopefully I can catch a show real soon.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's play a show. We'll have you out, and then we'll party. Have a few cocktails, a few shots, and have me back, dude. I would love to.
Okay,
I'll do it
awesome.
Once a month if you wanted me to.
What's that?
I said I'd do it once a month if you wanted me to.
Okay, yeah, you'll definitely have to come to Phoenix, and we do a show with the Black Moods. They're playing all the time, so
do it.
Okay,
we're in.
Cool, thanks, man.
We're due for a show.
All right, see you later, Jordan.
All right, man. Thanks for having me, dude.
All right, bye-bye. Oh man, that was so fun. He is a cool cat. Jordan Griffin. The band is Them Evils. I really like him, and in fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and make a bold prediction here. Years ago, when the Seahawks drafted this guy behind me, Russell Wilson, I said they would win a Super Bowl in less than 5 years. Just after seeing him play in the preseason games, I think he did it in 3. And I think that Them Evils will be huge in less than 5 years. Sometimes you just know, and this band, they have the sound, they got the songs, They got the look. They have everything. And I guess we can check back on this in a few years, but I just think for some reason they're going to be big. And if you want to see the process unfold, make sure to follow them on social media and YouTube or Spotify. Go see them live if they come to your town. And if you enjoyed this interview, check out some of my other episodes I've done, like The Black Moods, Joyous Wolf, Of Limbo, many others. If you want to support the show, you can follow me on social media, share any episodes that you liked, subscribe to the podcast, and if you really want to go all out, you can write me a review. Until next time, thank you for listening, and remember to shoot for the moon.